The only way to bring world peace is to change the consciousness of the world. Politicians, on a good day, can negotiate, maybe get a contract signed or a peace agreement signed. But we know many areas of the world, and the Middle East is just one example, where we've seen conflict for thousands of years. These things will only last if the people want them to last. But love energy, channeled through the 12 blessings, spiritual energy, that will bring lasting change if enough is sent out.
Before we can answer this question, we should ask, what is love energy? Love energy, also known as spiritual energy, is just as real as electricity, but vastly more important. Spiritual energy is prana, carried by pure love. Prana, as it is referred to in the yoga traditions, is known by many names, including chi, or universal life force. There is an endless supply of prana all around us to solve all the world's problems, to bring inner peace and world peace. Few of us know this, and even fewer are using this vital energy to better the world and ourselves. One of the simplest ways of bringing love energy into our lives is through blessing and prayer. Blessing and prayer are practical ways of directing this vital energy by thought to a chosen target.
Blessed are they who work for peace.
When you send a heartfelt blessing to those who actively work for peace around our world, your energy output could be directed to aid workers operating in the aftermath of a natural disaster. You could give them greater energy and motivation to do their jobs better, which results in more people being saved from death or severe injury. Your dynamic prayer for the spiritual upliftment of humanity could help people realize the suffering caused by their own destructive thought pattern. You could inspire them to investigate and eventually adopt a more positive approach to life. Sending love energy in this way, especially through the 12 blessings, will raise consciousness. You are directly helping people to overcome their limitations and better realize the limitless power that dwells within us all. Yes, love energy can bring world peace if enough is sent out. How do we do this? Adopt the prayer position. Visualize white light flowing down through you and out of the psychic centers or chakras in the palms of your hands and heart chakra. With real meaning and feeling, mentally or verbally, request this power flow out for world peace. As you do so, imagine the whole world filled with this brilliant, living white light. When you're done, simply cut off the flow of energy by doing the sealing pass and then detach. Repeating this action for world peace will also bring inner peace, especially when you perform the 12 blessings.
It has changed my life in so many, many ways. When I feel stressed, it gives me that balance and harmony. When I feel down, it just gives me that upliftment that I need. When I'm going through times of difficulty and trial, it puts perspective on those things and makes me appreciate more of my blessings, more than I would do if I wasn't doing the 12 blessings or performing the 12 blessings.
This is a most wonderful set of teachings and practices delivered by the Master Jesus, channeled through one of the greatest mediums and masters the world has seen, certainly in modern times, and I believe in history, Dr. George King. The 12 blessings, I believe, is the finest practice that any of us can do in these days in order to send love energy out to the world. And you only have to look around and see how desperately love energy is needed. But the good news, it can solve the problems of the world. It can bring world peace. It can cure poverty, selfishness, and even environmental pollution.
Every time you practice the 12 blessings is an elevating experience. But I have many super elevated experiences, if you like. One of which was on Holdstone Down, one of the holy mountains in England. I went there again in 1970, shortly after coming across the 12 blessings. And I was practicing the 12 blessings on this holy mountain on my own. And the power was just unbelievable. In fact, the whole mountain kind of lit up. There was white light coming out of every part of the mountain. I just couldn't believe it. I looked back at the mountain and thought, wow, this is just too much. That was a big highlight of the 12 blessings for me.
Now these 12, delivered between July and October 1958, contain 12 focal points, one a week. And each of these receives a blessing. And in most cases, there is also a prayer at the end, beautiful prayers, poetically worded, so that love energy can flow out to the world. But when you send the energy to these focal points, because of karma, what goes around comes around, as you sow, so shall you reap, then the energy is returned to you from these focal points. And this empowers you with greater love, a greater cosmic appreciation.
Almighty Father of all creation, let your light flow through this world now. Let it shine into the hearts and minds of men now, so that all may look within and see the glory of thine everlasting being. O Spirit of spirits, let your love flow through the hearts and minds of man now, so that he may look within and see the great and wondrous glory of his divine heritage.
There is much talk on our world of repression, of mental repression, denial, some call it, sexual repression, emotional repression. But you know what the greatest problem in our world is today? Soul repression. We're not listening to the higher promptings of our soul. And when we practice the 12 blessings, our soul is released and peace can enter in. And you will experience a state of inner peace that will indeed engulf your whole being. It's nothing complicated. It is there.
There's feelings when you watch the news of a feeling of helplessness, of not knowing what you can do to help different situations that are going on. And I can remember as a child thinking, maybe I should become a missionary so I can go and help people. And I do get this real sense, and it's very tangible. I know that the energy that comes through with the 12 blessings is so potent that I feel like I can make a difference. And that gives me a sense of peace within myself. It makes me feel valuable, useful, and I know that I can really make a difference to things that are happening out there.
And the Master Jesus, who understands love perhaps, certainly as much anyway, as any other master, and perhaps more than many, and that's saying a lot, understands that we have to first allow peace in, and then we have to leave it and send it to others. And this is what will bring world peace. People won't want to go to war for any reason if their hearts are filled with love. People won't want to be greedy, to have more than their lot while little children and others die in poverty, if their hearts are filled with love. And when you send out the blessings and the prayers in the 12 blessings, you are sending love energy to all. And it must go out, and it must bring a change of consciousness. So it's a stepping stone to world peace.
I think a lot of people talk about penny dropping moments in their lives, and something happened after the 12 blessings and a few other things that just, it made me a happier individual. And it's incredible once you have that happiness inside, how much happiness comes into your life because of that. The people that you radiate to, just the energy that you feel that you can carry into the world, and almost that energy just comes back to you. It's quite bizarre.
So first, allow yourself to experience inner peace and regard this as a stepping stone to something even greater, namely world peace. And you'll find when you do the 12 blessings that you get this peace and you get a great satisfaction beyond all words, something even greater. And you start to realize that you are indeed part of a cosmic whole, and more importantly, you can make a difference to this cosmic whole. And this is the most wonderful realization. And then you start to live that teaching, so beautifully expressed, so poetically worded. First cometh the angel peace, to make way for the goddess love.
Oh, little children, do not let the fools of your world limit your concept. Do Do not let them limit your thought. Do not let them limit your visualization. Do not let them limit your soul. But think upon these things